Hello everyone. So I'm kind of showing you guys a little bit of the stuff that I have in here. One of my models and a little bit of my stuff. Yeah, my shells and yeah. This is something that Sasha made for me, so I keep it and it's very beautiful. So my YouTube video for today is like, I'm the kind of person that I don't like to criticize people. I just kind of like, I'm an observer. I'm a very internal kind of person. And since little, I've noticed that even people that don't even know me, for some reason, they trust me. And they come to me and they get drawn to me and they tell me their problems. I've always been the kind of person that I just watch, observe, and I stay quiet. And because I'm very internal, I've always been the kind of person since little growing up. Maybe because of the way that I was raised, my grandma would always tell me, like, you just listen, you stay quiet, and you don't say anything, you know. And that was my mom's mom, Teresa. And then I learned a lot from her because she was a good person, yet, you know, in my eyes, she was an overgiver. And I learned that from there, you know, from her. Same thing from Mama Gladys. My Mama Gladys was her friend. She was the lady that raised me. And she wasn't even my mom. So I started noticing that Teresa was in a relationship with a guy that was an alcoholic. And he liked drinking every single day. And then, you know, the drinking, he was like kind of calm for a little bit. But then he would get a little bit too hyped up. And then sometimes he would kind of hit her. His name was Armando. I just never got involved into that. I just kind of like stepped away and will observe. Just kind of like stay quiet, and I didn't say anything. Mi Mama Gladys, she was just like me, introverted in her own world, you know. And I ended up having the same issues that she had, which is vasculitis. Yet I learned to cure that because I started working out, because I started meditating, and I started learning more about myself too. That's what opened me up to spirituality. Like when I talk about in my Instagram and my YouTube that I channel with angels and spirit guides, it's because I don't feel alone anymore. I feel that all the people that have passed away, like my brother, my Mama Gladys, and her sister, and ancestors that I even haven't met, they're with me. You know, they're my guiding angels right now. So I grew up in a Catholic religion. I didn't even like it because I don't like talking to saints. And you had to go to church and all of that. That wasn't kind of my thing. I think God is in every single human being. If you're a good person and if you do good deeds, God's spirit is within you. And that's my whole purpose of this channel, you know, to grow people that have a beautiful soul, that respect each other, and that know how beautiful they are inside yourself, because you guys have God's spirit within you. And no one else other than you knows that it's in there, because you feel to do the right things. Even when somebody tells you go left and you know that, you know, that's not the right way, as a rebel, you do your own thing because you feel wild at heart. You feel like you're gonna make a fucking difference, you know? And you don't want to be like everyone else, a follower, even though if it's the wrong thing. Since little, I've always been like that. I don't like to talk about people. If anything, I like to put my name in it before, because I like to talk about my own experience. Very introverted. And honestly, this is the biggest thing I've ever done, talk about my life in YouTube. And then when I started growing up, I came here and I got exposed to Pentecostal church. Beautiful. I loved it. Strict, very strict, you know, and that's the first time I learned the word judgmental, you know, because when I started growing up and turning into a teenager, started liking like black boots and long, you know, black shirt, and I used to dress all in black. And when I went to church like that, even though I was wearing skirts, I overheard somebody say that I was like a witch. And in a way they were kind of right. Because I was kind of getting into those kind of things. But then I was like, why do we have to be judging other people by the way they dress? You know, in my heart, I've always felt like I've always felt to do always the right thing. You know, I've always told my kids, don't talk about other people, because sometimes we don't even know the other people. You're just judging out of your ass, I will say. And I come to the realization that now when you talk about other people, it's basically a perception of your own insecurities. And sometimes we don't even know the people that we're talking, because we just do it out of, you know, out of, I don't know. I don't know. I can't talk about that because I don't know. I wouldn't be able to put myself in somebody else's shoes unless I was living in their life. I've been able to kind of like step back, allow people be, and let people do whatever feels right for them. I'm the kind of introverted that now just observes, analyzes, and literally tries to understand anyone, whatever the decision, whether it's right or wrong. Who am I? I'm a human being just like you, perfectly imperfect. You know, judging other people, I've been in that position. So once I felt judged like that, I kind of stepped away and I was like, no, I cannot do that, you know? I'm going to be my true self and I'm not going to talk about other people. Because when you talk about other people, it's because you don't have a life yourself, you know? You got to be talking about other people so you can bust out your ego, so you could feel better. No, it's not in my character. So that's one of the things that I told my oldest daughters, you know, and Carla and Sasha. I'm like, before you talk about other people, make sure you have your shit on point. You know, simple as that. And every time I'm gonna talk about someone, my name is gonna be right in front of it. I'm not gonna deny it. Sometimes when I get mad, I do be saying shit, but then I catch myself. I'm like, oops, that was me talking about myself. So see, that's the way that I see it. When people talk about other people, it's basically a perception of your own insecurities, and that you have no life, that you have to be talking about other people. You know, sometimes it kind of like kicks us in the butt, but it's so true, you know? So that's the whole point of this, you know, YouTube. I don't like to talk about other people. I've learned not to make assumptions about other people. And I've also learned that everybody has their own little universe going on, their own little goals, and their own little things in life they really want to accomplish. So before I talk about anyone, I make sure that I have my shit on point. You know, I'm not Catholic, I'm not Christian. I am a spiritual person basically that feels and believing in doing the right thing. You know, that anybody that honestly does the right thing has the spirit of God within you. And once you get to know how beautiful you are as a human being, you'll see that even talking about other people is kind of like putting your own self down, because you're taking away your power, lowering your standards to talk about someone else that you might not even know, so you could feel good. It's like, if you're powerful, you don't need to go petty, because you already know who you are. And if you're also powerful and very smart and you have everything on point, you don't have to talk about no one else. Your life is too important, too busy. You have too much shit going on in your life to be talking about other people. Now, I'm the kind of person that I just observe people. I've analyzed and I learned from other people's mistakes, you know? And it's up to people now to see their own mistakes, because I'm very blunt. Sometimes I'm literally learning to not give my $1.50 or my $3. That's kind of like a little thing that Rachel and we have whenever I'm overstepping boundaries and other people's stuff, because I like to give my opinion. That's sometimes my ego, you know? And I check myself too. You know, me growing up, I didn't have my mom, and I didn't understand her because I would just put myself in a victim mentality. Oh, my mom doesn't love me, this and this and that. Once I had my kids, that's when I realized that my mom was in love with my dad. And when I got to talk to my dad told me that my mom was an amazing person. The one who really didn't value her, it was him. And I was just like, oh. My dad literally told me, he's like, I was with your mom for 5 years, and I would be with one girl and playing with another girl and dating another girl. And he was the kind of guy that girls used to pay him to go inside, you know, to dance. I cannot understand people like that. You know, I don't. I get guys that approach me and I get complimented, but my own naiveness has literally protected me my whole life, because unless you fucking tell me you like me and I'm willing to go that mile. The last person I told I like him was back in February, and hey, I'm still by myself because maybe I have too many high standards, because I said mask offs, you know, mask offs. That's it, you know. Let's be who you are. Let's be our true self. And I'm fucking loyal. I have not talked to anyone else, and I'm where I am, but you know, it is what it is. I give the same energies I want to get. So once you know to know your worth, you don't have to talk about other people, because your life is too beautiful to worry about what somebody else is doing. Simple as that. Get to know how beautiful you are. Talking about other people actually lowers, you know, your vibrations. And vibrations means putting yourself down. You're very smart. As a human being, everybody has a beautiful soul. All my life, everybody would tell me, oh, this is right. But if I didn't feel right, I wouldn't do it. Because I will always learn. Through my own stubbornness, I learned to just look, analyze, and not fall into that trap. Get to know your beauty, you know? I met little kids that have told me there's a reason why you're here. I'm here to change mentalities. I'm here to open a new perception. Sending love and life. If you want to learn about meditation and self-love and working out or yoga, hit me up. May you guys have a wonderful day. And bye.